So this is obviously one topic that I want to go through today, because it is very, very interesting. In regards to, I'm obviously even having to edit my strategy ever so slightly because it's not, 100% performing in the current, market conditions. So you're going to see me implement that today. Now, let's obviously go through what has happened, what is going to happen. Obviously, AD kept interest rates as they were. I haven't had a chance to read through the statement yet. GDP, like everyone else, has been pretty good for the pound. Right. So, we should see we saw a lot of pound weakness yesterday. It's a bit middle of the road today. But obviously this is a very, very, very good sign here, if in regards to looking into GDP growth, so it is good. And then coming in a bit later, it's not we've obviously got consumer confidence, which is at 3 p.m. and then we've got Trump speaking at 4 p.m. So just be wary of this. We know how he likes to ignite some, fireworks. So yeah, let's wait and see. So remember the chat is on. If you want to ask any questions, it's host only. Reach out. Um, and I will update you. So one trade that I've been looking at this morning is GBP AUD. Why have I been looking at this? Well, if you look at this on the 4 hour, we're obviously very, very bearish here. We're obviously making lower lows and lower highs. We need to be aware of this. We've now come up and tested this area here of resistance, the previous lower low, and we're now rejecting it. All right, we want to keep things nice and basic here. I'm going to monitor this for a bit, but this is one that I will be viewing in regards to taking this to the downside here. If we were looking at a 15-minute, anywhere in between this area here will be the entry. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pre-give out some trades here in regards to what I'm looking at here. So we obviously want to see obviously what price does here. We want one more tap on this and then a continuation down. That is going to be one. Now, what are the confluences of this? Well, we've obviously got about 10 because obviously everything is from where do I have it? So everything from daily down is trending to the downside here. All right, everything. So just be aware of that. That means it's very, very bearish. All right. We're also trading below the average volume of Asia. We've come up, retested. We've had this engulfing candle. I mean, there's hundreds of reasons to take this trade. So we've also got a weaker dollar. We've also got there's not much risk appetite in the markets at the moment, and obviously that's why gold has absolutely flown. Let's go through gold here as well. This is Asia here, carried on climbing. Yes, we've engulfed here, broken out, but there's a lot of support here. So I think this could potentially just keep on trending. It's just crazy. You could probably add in another buy uh, interest area, which should be somewhere like this. Let's change it to purple. I'm going to keep these drawn on, and obviously gold. You need to be looking at this because that is obviously you're not looking to sell this. We managed to catch a small sell move yesterday. I actually took profit off the table, but obviously long term, anything longer than a short kind of intra session trade, we're obviously only looking to buy here. Now, ideally, what would we like to see? We want to see a nice pullback into this area and then a continuation. Will we get that? I don't know because it's got a trap Asia. It traveled a lot. Like if you look at gold, how much did it travel during Asia? That's 400 and basically 450 pips it traveled yesterday, which is crazy. Or sorry, yesterday, Asia, which is yesterday, yeah. So that's we'll wait and see. Dollar, obviously, just testing these lows here. If we look at this on a slightly higher time frame here, I'll get rid of some of this. just testing these lows here. So that could be an interesting kind of turning point here. In regards to what's it going to do? As we can see here, we got a lot of support here. Are we going to break through? Is there enough there? Obviously, we got consumer confidence later, so you got to start to build the picture up here. Stocks are around obviously break even, and then we've got yields which look very, very bearish. Dollar looks bearish to be fair. I don't like that 4 hour. It's only just closed. So let's wait and see, what obviously happens here. But yeah, I don't like that. It's looking more like there's going to be a continuation here. And yeah, we're going to. I think what's going to end up happening, we've obviously got non-farm payroll Friday, which is huge jobs data. So I think we're going to be kind of tiptoeing into non-farm payroll. So, the things for the dollar should start to ramp up. Euro, I actually liked this, strangely enough, to the downside. Right now, let me explain why. We've obviously got this trend here. We've identified trend. So obviously that is always the most important. What is the trend for anyone asking? It's this. All right. Now, this is obviously our turnaround. Now, it's quite interesting here because we are starting to come back up and retest this area here. Um, and once we get into sort of 4 hour, we're starting to get into obviously bullish areas. So is this really the top, or are we going to have, something like this where we come up and test it twice before we have this pullback here? I think if we do push up nicely, we're going to want to target this area here. So if I put this area here, let's make that a different color. Let's make it like green. So let's just have a look at this on a slightly lower time frame here. As you can see here, equal highs. I'd be looking at what's gonna happen here. All right, if it was honest, it's not a lot. You got to be a little bit patient. What is it, like 10 pips? This is where I would be kind of monitoring here. I think there's more going for your USD to the downside, if I'm honest. But we're obviously gonna have to wait and see. We do have to be aware that this trend has, started here. If it doesn't break, then we will see another leg to the downside here. So Euro USD is going to be also one which I am looking for here. I want to know, or I want to see a nice bit of rejection from here. Oops, there we go. I want to see a nice bit of rejection from here, and then I'd love to take it down here, have a really nice chunky trade. So that's what I'm looking for, potentially on Euro USD. We just want to make sure, and we're going to mark this up as well. So if I get a chat box here, so want this to hold to before sell off. Yeah, because we just want to have that confidence that dollar is going to, continue to the downside. So I'm just going to screenshot this, and then we can, there we go. Let me just post this. So we're good. Uh, Telegram, my brain's going a bit mental. Set up potential. I've also got GBP USD. So right, that's one. Right, that's posted. Remember, guys, in the inner circle, you obviously get everything. Um, you know, yeah. So you have to be in it to win it. We're also going to start doing education every single day. I want to obviously give a lot more, value. So, that is one thing we're going to do. Obviously, live trading every day, and we're going to do education. I want to be, doing 10 times more than what anyone else is because, I really want to help everyone. So GBP USD, ignore that for now and bear with me here. All right. So we have got a nice little trend here. And again, use this highlighter tool. There's a really nice trend happening here. All right. So this would be my confluence number one. We're in a downtrend. Confluence number two, we're trading below the EMA. Confident confluence number three. I bet if you look at this, we're rejecting in kind of Fibonacci area here, right? So this is where then I'd be looking, to kind of move to the downside a bit. We've also definitely got a key level here, 134,500. All right, that is a key level here. So that is just wait and see. So we've currently rejected it once. All right. We've also got, for those of you in their inner circle, there is a strategy called the Tokyo Drift. All right. And all it is it's where, price breaks to the upside past Asia, but then crushes straight back down below. So I'm going to be looking for anything here again, to kind of sell this into the downside here. I'd love to take it down here, say about 30 pips stop loss. That's what I'd be looking for here. So, anywhere around this area, anywhere in between here is what we will be looking for here. So let's put a call out box here, looking to see how price reacts at this area. Yeah. All right. Because we want this to hold. Yeah. So that is obviously what we're kind of looking for here. And obviously then we can look to enter. So GBP USD is another one which, looks good. So I'm going to put that in the group. Oh, come on. Hold on a minute, guys. It's all going wild here. Is that what I had up? No. I've lost my screenshot. Need to find this bad boy. Where have you gone? Oh my God, everything's going wild. Just bear with me a minute. I've completely lost it. I have to screenshot that again. Love it. Right, so that's what we are looking for here, yeah? Let's just take a screenshot this. And we're going to move it here so it's nice and clean. There we go. Right, admit this person here. So that will be number two. So let me just add this in. GBP is another one. All right, and so I'm going to go into a lot more detail here in regards to, what we're trading, why, so that everyone's got that kind of outlook. AUD USD, I'm going to leave alone. Um, Gold, like I'd said, I want it to come down into this area. That would be what I'd like to, target here. But I don't even know if it's going to make it. So let's wait and see. USD JPY was one. I like the look of this. Yen is super strong right now. The only thing we have to be aware of here, and obviously you can see here. So if I was to draw you up a nice little channel here, we have been trending to the upside. We've broken out, yeah, as you can see here, but we're just continuing. All right. And so I would be wary of this. We've also got obviously a key level here at 148. That's one thing we need to be aware of. Um, so let's have a look at some other yen pairs. Let's just have a look at this message. Martin. Hey, Martin. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Right. So Euro, JPY, not doesn't really interest me. I mean, if we get some kind of a turnaround here, then we're obviously gonna not be that happy. GBP JPY was one that I was looking at, but I think that's just going to continue to the downside here. We've obviously broken through this level of support here. AED JPY again doesn't really interest me. So this was one as well, GBP AUD. I really like this. Obviously, as I explained, let's create like boxes now. So let's make them like a nice red box here. So let's do this here. Oh, yeah, that can stay capitals. A rejection and before sell off. But let's make it nice and easy. Before sell off. There we go. So GBP AED is also one that I was looking at. There was also one more which we were looking at today. We just post this in the group, and then we're all good then. And then we can, there we go. So GBP AUD, GBP AUD. All right. This is how I want you guys to be getting into everything, and kind of, making sure that you're working through. There's obviously reasons why. I think it was EuroCAD. Let me just have a look, remind myself while I was looking at this. Okay, there we go. Right, so we've obviously got a nice channel here. We've been trading in this for a while, as you can see here. Probably let's go about here. Um, So that was one thing. Daily wise, looking like we are continuing. I actually think we might be pumping to the upside here, but it all depends on how the dollar re reacts. Just think about it as a whole because Euro USD, right? Little tip here because Euro USD is the most traded pair in the whole of of Forex. What ends up happening is when dollar goes up, normally euro comes down, and when dollar comes down, euro comes up because it's kind of a base currency, so make sure you guys write that one down because it will help you. So we have got Euro USD here, which we're interested in around this area here. We got GBP USD, which we're interested in around this area here. Did we have GBP JPY? No, we actually opted to leave yen pairs. We've got GBP AUD as well here. So there's three trades that we're obviously looking to enter. I'm going to bide my time a little bit more. I think I've been entering ever so slightly early, so we're going to bide our time a bit. But we've knuckled all of these down to three entries. Yeah, and we're just waiting for the best entry. All right, so that's one thing that we need to really be aware of, and obviously try and capitalize on. So I will keep everyone updated on obviously how we could get on. Let's just have a look through. What could happen to the market if US government shut down tomorrow? Well, they won't shut down tomorrow. They can't. Um, Simon, I use TradingView desktop app on my Mac. It seems faster and more stable than the web page. Yeah, it's just not something that I've looked into at the moment. Andy, I hope you're well. Morning, Dan. Finally got finally joined the inner circle. Okay, perfect. So what we will do, message the team, and obviously they will add you into the inner circle. But that's great. I will check the shutdown schedule, but you can't shut a government down because obviously they obviously run the country. So I will check into it. But yeah. I think it's probably all. Do you mean that they're taking a break? Because obviously that's what happens with obviously every government. It isn't classed as a shutdown. It's a scheduled break. But I will have a look into it. Because obviously normally the UK is August. They obviously have um they they have time off like everyone, but it isn't a shutdown. it's scheduled. So just checking just checking in on the charts, the various Fed members, Fed speakers you mentioned yesterday. Yeah. So let's wait and see. Um, I think yeah, there's not going to be anything that's going to kind of blasted out will be Chicago PMI and consumer confidence. So this, I don't like it when news comes out at 2:45 and 3, because we normally like to enter a trade around quarter past 2. So, this might delay our trade entry ever so slightly. So we will wait and, see what happens there. But yeah, that's what I am looking at this morning. I'm looking around these areas. What do we want to see? Going down then on the lower time frames. We obviously want to see a nice bit of rejection here, and obviously then we can really capitalize on it. There'd be there's more confluences to take this to the downside than obviously there is to the upside. However, I am fully aware if dollar continues, then these are just going to fly. And then euro too, this would be what I'd be looking for here. However, if we don't, if we just blast straight through, probably start looking at it on 15 minute. If we just blast, straight through, then we're obviously not going to be happy with that. And GBP AUD as well is one that I'd like to just come up and retest this area, and then I probably would be looking to enter this to the downside here. So that's three trades that obviously we will be looking for. I'm going to hold off on yen because I don't want to buy it. It's trending too hard to the downside. And then we got gold, which is, I mean, we could come down here and obviously retest into this area. What will that do? That would mean this move here is like the dollar, obviously, regaining its kind of, strength, potentially coming up to test 98. It will then also drag down Euro USD and it'll drag down GBP USD. But I do like where GBP USD is, but I want to see this level here holding. As soon as that breaks, we're out, we're off, we're done. So just be aware of that. But let me just have a couple of what EMA are you using? How do you change it, please? Okay, so any one that you want to click on EMAs, just click on it. Obviously, if you want to find one, it's moving averages. If you click on it, for those of you who don't know, you can obviously change the length of it here. You can even change the color of it. It can be dotted, blocks, whatever. So there's obviously um, lots of options. So yeah, right. I'm gonna hold this off here. I'll be back trading again at 2, and yeah, I hope everyone has a great day today. So have a good one, guys. Have a good one.